Dean, the ball carrier, takes it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. Gain of 6 makes it 2nd and 4. Matt Crable, the St. Francis ball carrier, stopped at the 26, just shy of the line to gain. That will bring up 3rd down and 1. Crable, the ball carrier. Stopped by Sportsman Reagan, and that's going to bring up 4th down.
What limits you? Too small, too old, insecure, broken. You have no limits. Rethink your limits.
It's true. Many of us spend more time thinking about what's for dinner than thinking about retirement. But if you think your retirement needs deserve more attention, we agree, and we'd like to help. Your local Edward Jones financial advisors, Ryan Jones, Mark Sieglin, and Rob Sisson, can help you get started today. They are proud corporate partners of Taylor University Athletics. Edward Jones, making sense of investing.
The Taylor University campus store, with their innovative textbook butler delivery service and name brand Taylor apparel and gifts, supports the Trojans year-round. The campus store, powered by Tree of Life Books, is a proud corporate partner of TU Athletics. It's easy to find something to show off someone's TU pride with 2 campus locations, one in the Dome and one in the campus center near the food court. The store is also open 24/7 at taylorcampusstore.com.
Ivanhoe's has been serving Taylor students since 1965, when Ivan and Carol Slane purchased the restaurant. Located on Main Street, Ivanhoe's is less than a mile from the Taylor campus and is open 7 days a week. The menu features choices for lunch, dinner, as well as 100 different milkshakes and sundaes. Customers can find other dessert items as well. The staff is proud to support Taylor University and appreciates the support of Ivanhoe's through the years.
Since opening in the late 1980s, the Maddox Family Dental Center has been focusing on providing the highest quality dental care for their patients. Children to adults can receive a full-service treatment to meet their dental needs. The Maddox Family Dental Center has 2 locations in Hartford City and Dunkirk and always welcomes new patients. The Maddox Family Dental Center, a proud corporate partner of Taylor University Athletics.
Greek's Pizzeria in Upland opened its doors in December of 2017. Over the years, there have been more than 140 Greeks opened across the country, with 24 Indiana locations. When it comes to pizza, Greeks offers customers the option to create their own pizza or to try one of Greek's specialized pizzas. Greeks uses fresh, homemade, hand-tossed dough, Greek's Italian sauce, select blended cheeses, gourmet toppings, and the same method of preparation since the first restaurant opened in 1969. The kitchen can also whip up a sandwich served on fresh French-style bread, or it can put that sandwich into a pizza shell wrap. Customers can also add breadsticks or French-style bread as a side item. Greeks also offers a selection of salads and assorted dressings as well. Greeks is located just off Main Street in Upland and is a proud supporter of Taylor University Athletics. Greek's Pizzeria. It's our taste.
What limits you? Too small, too old, insecure, broken. You have no limits. Rethink your limits.
Your heart, well, your heart is everything to you and your body, and its favorite place to be is home. Marion General Hospital has been named a nationally accredited chest pain center, which is the highest accomplishment in cardiovascular care. We are proud to provide our community with a team of cardiac experts throughout MGH. From our ambulance and emergency room to our cardiovascular departments in partnership with our experienced local cardiologists and interventional cardiologists from St. Vincent's Medical Group. The same level of cardiovascular expertise in bigger cities at larger hospitals is available right here. Everyone has their expertise. At MGH, our expertise is your heart, bringing the best in the nation home to you. Your heart is in the right place at MGH.
It's true. Many of us spend more time thinking about what's for dinner than thinking about retirement. But if you think your retirement needs deserve more attention, we agree, and we'd like to help. Your local Edward Jones financial advisors, Ryan Jones, Mark Sieglin, and Rob Sisson, can help you get started today. They are proud corporate partners of Taylor University Athletics. Edward Jones, making sense of investing.
Ladies and gentlemen, your TU Comms dance team.
The decision you're making is about so much more than where you'll spend the next 4 years. It's about how you'll live the next 40. So let me break down the Taylor University experience. We integrate faith and learning to become well-rounded, lifelong learners, while delivering a deeper knowledge of our specific areas of study. Whether you're producing award-winning films, building satellites for NASA, or preparing for a national ethics debate, Taylor will push you to excel in your field. But excellence isn't always about having the right answers. Sometimes it's about asking the right questions. Taylor is interdenominational. That means we can't always fall back on specific church doctrine to settle issues. We rely on scripture and the dynamic nature of iron sharpening iron to better know the God who's not afraid of our question. Much of this happens in the small town of Upland, Indiana, the place where Taylor does life together. But don't let this small town fool you. The schedule is packed with things to do, and through these activities, faculty, staff, and students become more than individuals occupying the same address. They become a community. But this community isn't limited to the campus. We travel, boy do we travel. We are ranked as one of the top 10 schools in the country for overseas experiences. But it isn't just about the going. It's about the sharing of those experiences and being challenged by those who come to Upland as their international experience. Taylor is one of a few Christian colleges that expects all students to have a relationship with Jesus Christ. Now, this doesn't mean Taylor is a Christian Disneyland full of cardboard cutout perfection. Taylor is full of real people with real problems, and living together can get kind of messy. But in that mess, we take Jesus' call from John 13 seriously. We practice picking up our towel and dealing with the mess in each other's lives. We're not here just to follow the rules for 4 years. Instead, we hope to learn to live authentic lives, calling each other to lives of meaning. Every day, our focus remains on the 40, not just the 4. We'd love to show you more about Taylor. Come visit, sit in on a class, go to chapel, spend a night in a residence hall. Experience the difference for yourself.
What limits you? Too small, too old, insecure, broken. You have no limits. Rethink your limits.
Play that old song! You really want her to play it. That's what's really going to evoke the memory. You gotta have the music that you listeners to listen to.
Ivanhoe's has been serving Taylor students since 1965, when Ivan and Carol Slane purchased the restaurant. Located on Main Street, Ivanhoe's is less than a mile from the Taylor campus and is open 7 days a week. The menu features choices for lunch, dinner, as well as 100 different milkshakes and sundaes. Customers can find other dessert items as well. The staff is proud to support Taylor University and appreciates the support of Ivanhoe's through the years.
Greek's Pizzeria in Upland opened its doors in December of 2017. Over the years, there have been more than 140 Greeks opened across the country, with 24 Indiana locations. When it comes to pizza, Greeks offers customers the option to create their own pizza or to try one of Greek's specialized pizzas. Greeks uses fresh, homemade, hand-tossed dough, Greek's Italian sauce, select blended cheeses, gourmet toppings, and the same method of preparation since the first restaurant opened in 1969. The kitchen can also whip up a sandwich served on fresh French-style bread, or it can put that sandwich into a pizza shell wrap. Customers can also add breadsticks or French-style bread as a side item. Greeks also offers a selection of salads and assorted dressings as well. Greeks is located just off Main Street in Upland and is a proud supporter of Taylor University athletics. Greek's Pizzeria. It's our taste.
It's true. Many of us spend more time thinking about what's for dinner than thinking about retirement. But if you think your retirement needs deserve more attention, we agree, and we'd like to help. Your local Edward Jones financial advisors, Ryan Jones, Mark Sieglin, and Rob Sisson, can help you get started today. They are proud corporate partners of Taylor University Athletics. Edward Jones, making sense of investing.
The Taylor University campus store, with their innovative textbook butler delivery service and name brand Taylor apparel and gifts, supports the Trojans year-round. The campus store, powered by Tree of Life Books, is a proud corporate partner of TU Athletics. It's easy to find something to show off someone's TU pride with 2 campus locations, one in the Dome and one in the campus center near the food court. The store is also open 24/7 at TaylorCampusStore.com.
Since opening in the late 1980s, the Maddox Family Dental Center has been focusing on providing the highest quality dental care for their patients. Children to adults can receive a full-service treatment to meet their dental needs. The Maddox Family Dental Center has 2 locations in Hartford City and Dunkirk and always welcomes new patients. The Maddox Family Dental Center, a proud corporate partner of Taylor University Athletics.
Ivanhoe's has been serving Taylor students since 1965, when Ivan and Carol Slane purchased the restaurant. Located on Main Street, Ivanhoe's is less than a mile from the Taylor campus and is open 7 days a week. The menu features choices for lunch, dinner, as well as 100 different milkshakes and sundaes. Customers can find other dessert items as well. The staff is proud to support Taylor University and appreciates the support of Ivanhoe's through the years.
Second half about to begin here from Turner Stadium. Rick Johnston with you at the break. It's number 9, St. Francis 23 and TU 27. The Cougars will get the ball to start this second half. They scored 13 points in the first quarter. They had a late field goal to end that first half of play, a season-long field goal from Gavin Gardner from 42 yards out, 7 yards longer than his previous long this season. We apologize for the technical difficulties in the first half. No crowd mic today because of some folks upstairs with the coaches. Don't want to have their signals go out over the air. And Gunderson will kick this one deep, retreating it. And snagging inside his own 20 is Stan Jackson. He'll come to the near side, 25-30, steps through a tackle, and then he runs into a wall of purple, led by the Trojans' Sam Bolin on kickoff coverage. And that's where St. Francis will start. 1st and 10 to start this third quarter off, 6 seconds in. So it'll be 1st and 10 for St. Francis from their own 33-yard line. They go from left to right and white. Matt Crable was 13 of 15 in the first half with a touchdown, 172 yards in the air. His leading receiver in that first half, number 5, Dylan Huntley. Justin Green, the man behind him in the pistol. 4-man front for Taylor on a 1st and 10. Spins and gives to Green, trying to get away from Jackson Bronkema. Outside the numbers, he'll step out of bounds. Very close to the line of scrimmage, and that's exactly where Green goes. No gain on 1st and 10. Move the chains to 2nd and down. Green playing in just his 5th game of the year, one of the more dynamic backs in the MSFA. But he's been limited after helping USF to the last 2 national championships. USF comes in 7-2 on the year. Still hopes of making the postseason, but they need a win today with no game next week. Wing back to the left, Green off the right hip of Crable. Chest high snap, dropping back, looking to the near side, throws, coming back, and this one thrown behind the intended target, Dan Rixey. Just the 3rd incompletion by Crable today, and here comes a 3rd and 10 on the opening drive of the third quarter. USF was 3 for 4 on 3rd downs in that opening half. They move from left around on the artificial surface. Snap will come from the near side hash mark. Rixey out to the near side, James wide to the far, then Hunley in the slot to the left. USF with a wing back right, Green off the left hip of Crable. Taylor will bring a blitz up the middle. Crable, good protection, looking to his left, throws across the seam, is tapped into the air and almost intercepted by the Trojans. The intended man on the play was Rocky James, and back-to-back incompletions on no gain on 1st down, and that will be the first. Here comes the first punt of the afternoon for Joe Nepper. Nepper averaging 39 yards per punt this season, a long of 54, and 14 inside the 20. Grant Gehrig back deep, and Taylor gets a 3 and out here on the opening drive of the third quarter, trailing the number 9 team in the country 23-7, excuse me. A high snap, good protection, and this one almost blocked by Tyler Gehrig. Grant Gehrig takes it just shy of his 35, steps through one tackle, then the shoelaces are pulled by the first man that was back there, stripping up Grant Gehrig back at the TU 35. And on the stop was Ryan Johnson, the junior DB for USF, and Taylor gets the ball back, or gets the ball for the first time in this third quarter, I should say, after the defense forces a 3 and out. So a good start there for the Taylor defense. We'll see what the Taylor offense can do as they start off 1st and 10 from their own 35. They move from right to left. Everett Pollard, 7 for 10 in that first half for 48 yards. Leading rusher was Everett Pollard on 8 carries for 36 yards on the ground. He starts in the pistol. He has trips wide to the near side, and Crisp is behind him. 5-man front for USF. Snap comes to Pollard, turns and hands off. Crisp around the right end, cuts it back up just over the line of scrimmage. A gain of 2 to the 37. Pearson Harnish and Marcus Stepp, the 2 linebackers in there for the stop for USF, and a gain of 2 will make it 2nd down and 8 at the 32-yard line. Just the 6th carry today for Spencer Crisp, and he's got 10 yards on the ground today. Daniel Boy lines wide to the far side. Taylor going from right to left on a right hash mark snap. 4 down lineman for USF. Crisp to the right of Pollard in the pistol with 3 wide. Turns and gives to Crisp right up the middle. Puts those shoulders down. Keeps the legs churning. He'll get a minimal gain of 1 to the TU 38-yard line, and it will be 3rd down and long here for the Trojans after a gain of 1 on back-to-back Spencer Crisp carries. The defensive line in there to stop Crisp on the carry. Taylor 4 for 7 from on 3rd down in that first half as Holden Hodge, a late man onto the field for TU, as the Trojans will go empty set here with 5 wide receivers for Pollard to pick from. Hodge and Boyd to the right of the formation. Faulkner, Davis, and Kempton to the near side. A right hash mark snap. USF shows blitz. They bring it from Pollard's right. He looks to his left. Now chased off of his spot. Running up the middle, trying to get to that line to gain. He's tripped up from behind. The first one to get to him was Jordan May, and Marcus Stepp again was in there on the stop. And the two teams will trade punts on their opening possessions of the third quarter as Taylor goes 3 and out here with 12:32 and counting in quarter 3, trailing USF 23-7. Fourth punt of the day here for Austin Gunderson. Had 3 there in that first half. And it's Dan Rixey back deep for USF. He's returned a punt for a touchdown in the last 2 weeks. A high spiraling one out of bounds right side. This will take a Taylor bounce near the 25-yard line of St. Francis. And it'll go out of bounds at the 28. A punt of 28 yards on the first punt of the second half here for Austin Gunderson. And the two teams both go 3 and out on their opening drives here of quarter 3. With 12:02 remaining in our third stanza, it's USF 23 and Taylor 7. As the USF offense comes back out onto the field here for the second time in quarter 3. Back-to-back incompletions by Crable after having just 3 in that opening half. Takes a snap here, rolls right, screen back to the far side, caught by Dean, trying to get away from Broncomo, wraps him around the waist, then Brady Hill comes and gets on, then the ball is loose, and Taylor looks to have fallen on it, and they have! Dean fumbles it in front of his own sideline across from us, and coming out of that pile for the Trojans is John Reagan, the native from Upland, Indiana, with a club on his right hand. The Trojans knocked the ball free, either Bronkema or Hill from Dean, and now the Taylor offense in striking position here with 11:53 to go in the third and a fumble by P.J. Dean. There's going to be a nice gain on first down for Dean, but now the Trojans offense comes back out on the field at the USF 33-yard line. Second fumble of the day for St. Francis, the first one that they have lost after Crable fumbled one in the first half. Double tight ends for Pollard. He'll call us a number, direct snap up the middle. He gets 1 to the 32. One of the many USF players in on the stop there for the Cougars was Mitchell Thornbury, the junior linebacker. Second and 9 for Taylor. They go from right to left. Purple jerseys and white pants. Gold numbers on the front and back. St. Francis with black pants, white jerseys, and blue numbers. 2 receivers to either side. A right hash mark snap here for Pollard with Crisp off his right hip. USF shows blitz from his right. He comes undone. A screen to Crisp at the 30. Inside the numbers and the hash marks. Puts that shoulder down at the 25. He'll be close to the line to gain. He'll be a yard short. A pickup of 8. And it'll be a 3rd and 1 for Taylor on the right hash mark. After the fumble from P.J. Dean, Taylor trying to get on the board for the first time here in this second half. They've got a 3rd and 1 from the 24-yard line of USF on an 8-yard pickup on the little dump down from Crisp on his second catch of the day. A 3rd and 1 from the 24. Man in motion is Boy. Crisp takes the handoff over the left guard. Leans forward as he moves the pile, and that will be enough by a yard as Crisp got down to the 23. And Taylor picks up the 3rd and 1 conversion, their first 3rd down pickup here of the second half. And they're now 5 for 9 on the day. And a fresh set of downs for the Trojans at the USF 28. Scott and Lowry, the tight ends, remain in there. Boy and Hodge are the wideouts to the right. 4 down linemen for USF, 5 in the secondary. And now Hodge in motion from slot right. Pollard fakes the handoff, rolls to his right. Throws to the end zone where Daniel Boy is running, and that one will be over his head and out of bounds. First incompletion of the second half for Everett Pollard. And with 10:01 to go here in quarter 3, Taylor trying to find the end zone here after the fumble by P.J. Dean of USF at 2nd and 10 from the Cougars 23. Pollard 8 for 12 through the air today. 2 tight ends to the right in the pistol. Chest high snap, running the option. Pollard will tuck it and run. Over the left hash mark, he'll stiff arm his way and then stretch the ball out close to the 20-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 3. And it'll be a 3rd down and 7 here for Taylor, moving from right to left, down 23-7, as they get the ball back for the second time here in the third quarter after the USF turnover. Pollard TU's best runner today, 11 carries for 42 yards. A 3rd and 7 from the USF 20. Taylor just picked up a 3rd down 2 plays ago. 3 receivers to the right, Davis, Boy, and Faulkner. Hodge, the solo wide receiver, to the left. USF looks to be rushing 4, maybe 6, and they will rush 6. Pollard runs to his left, now stops, will be hit from behind and dropped for the sack. Protection broke down there for Pollard. Harness was one of the ones in there, but the first one to get around Pollard's waist was James Jamisic, excuse me. It'll be 4th down for Taylor, all the way back to the 29, a loss of 9 on the play. So Taylor will go for it on 4th down. The first time they'll try to go for it on 4th down today. On the season, they're 8 for 23 for 35%. The St. Francis defense, meanwhile, they've allowed a pretty healthy amount of conversions, 12 for 20 for 60% against their opponents this year. 4th and 16, Taylor needs to get down to the 13-yard line. Left hash mark snap, Pollard looks to throw. Climbs it, he'll throw to the end zone. He's got Boyd back there. 2 defenders are there, and the ball knocked away at the last moment there by Blake Schumacher of USF. And after the turnover by the St. Francis running back P.J. Dean, Taylor turns it over on downs. And here comes the USF offense back out onto the field with 8:26 to go in the third, and the Cougars leading 23-7. Crable with Green behind him in the pistol. Have a wing back to the right. Chest high snap, turns and gives to Green. He'll dance in the backfield, then put that nose down and get a couple. Actually, they'll say he got none. Stopped right back at the line of scrimmage. Reagan, Murray. Just a few of the Trojans in there to stop the dynamic Justin Green. Bartu in there, put his nose in there as well. Kyle May exits for USF as they bring in an extra wide receiver. 2 to either side of Crable as he dries his hands off on the towel on his front belt loop. Chest high snap. Those will dump across the middle to James. Murray will not be able to get him all the way out to the 40 for a 1st down. Watson will try to push him out of bounds. Staying in bounds will be Rixey, and he gets all the way out to midfield on a big pickup of 21 yards and a 1st down here for the St. Francis offense with 7:39 and counting here in this third quarter. First completion of the second half for Crable, and the 3rd catch for Rixey. Gives him 46 yards on the day, and that's his longest play of the afternoon. Rixey wide to the near side, I should say. Pistol formation, high snap, play action. Crable looks to his left, there's a bullet that far side, and that one underthrown of James, but a flag might be coming out against the Trojans' cornerback, Major Daly. It was incomplete with a flag thrown from behind the play. We'll see what Brandon Bushy, our head referee, has to say. If it's against the Trojans, it would be their first penalty here of the afternoon. So it's a 15-yard penalty against Major Daly on the pass interference as he was trying to defend Rocky James across from us. So the ball moved from midfield down to the Taylor 35. Another 1st down here for USF. It'll be their 15th 1st down picked up today. James wide to the left. Rixey and Hunley to the right. A wing back right for USF with Green off the right hip once again of Crable. Drying the hands off on the towel in the front. Chest high snap. Hand off to Green. Big hole up the middle. And he's tackled from behind by a couple of different Trojans, but not before he gets close down across the 30. And now one of the Trojan defenders slow to get back up. And timeout on the play for TU. 6:51 to go here in this third quarter. 2nd and 4 coming up for USF from the Taylor 28. The number 9 Cougars lead Taylor 23-7 here on the Trojan Sports Network.
What limits you? Too small, too old, insecure, broken. You have no limits. Rethink your limits.
The injured Trojan was Matt Wynn, the safety out of Florida. Good to see Matt back out there after missing the last few weeks. Who walks off under his own power. The athletic training staff tending to him right now. So that will move Tyler Garrick back to safety. A 2nd and 7 here for USF. Back to Green, trying to bounce it around the left end. He's got a hole, a 1st down and more across the 25. Spun out of bounds on the far side of the field by Taylor's Jackson Bronkema, but another 1st down rush there for Justin Green. That's the 16th 1st down for St. Francis of the day, and their 3rd one here in the second half, and they're knocking on the door of the Taylor red zone as they go from left to right with 6:20 and counting here in half number 2 in the third quarter. 2nd 1st down or 3rd 1st down of this drive after USF went 3 and out on their first drive and then fumbled by P.J. Dean on the very first play of the most recent drive. A 6-yard pickup there for Green. His 7th carry. He's got 25 yards. Schmeling in motion from right to left. They fake the handoff. Crable off of his spot, running near side. Swore trying to get to him, and then Crable will throw this one out of bounds as Crable felt the pressure there of the Trojan safety, T.J. Swore. Incomplete pass. As Crable now just 3 for 4 throwing here, or 1 for 4 throwing here in the second half. But his one completion, a big one, a 31-yarder on the very first play of this drive to Dan Rixey that got USF to midfield. 193 yards for Crable through the air. And it's a 2nd and 10 here for USF from the Taylor 22. 5:52 is where the clock reads right now. Green directly behind Crable in the pistol. Right side handoff over the right guard. Now bouncing over to the right end, dancing on the 20-yard line. Cuts back as Garrick will tackle him around the waist. 2 flags back near the middle of the field where the snap came from. And we'll see what the violations are here on this play of what was 2nd down. The ball currently rests at the 18. It would have been a pickup of 4 for Green. Here's the call. It's a holding on the center, Landon Myers for USF. And that'll be the 5th penalty here of the afternoon for the Cougars. So move the ball back to the 29-yard line. It'll be a 2nd down and long here for St. Francis as they lead 23-7 with 5:37 and counting here to go in the third quarter. A win today by head coach Kevin Donnelly, who's in his 21st season at USF, would move him past Bear Bryant on the all-time coaching wins list for college football coaches. A wing back to the right as Crable in the pistol, fakes the handoff to Green, looking to his left, now looking to his right, runs. He'll throw a jump ball to the near side, trying to come back to get it, and almost being able to snag it in was Dan Rixey, as he had Watson defending him on the near side, but Watson's back was to the play. Rixey had his eyes on Crable the whole time, and almost was able to catch that ball inside the 5. Instead, it'll be the 4th incompletion by Crable here of this second half, and it's a 3rd down and long here for USF all the way back at the Taylor 29-yard line. St. Francis 0 for 1 on 3rd down tries today here in the second half. 3 for 5 overall. It'll be a 3rd and 18 from the TU 29, snap in the middle of the field. Crable drops straight back, climbs the pocket. Now he'll tuck it and run. He'll elude a tackle for a moment, and then he is squashed for no gain on the play. T.J. Swore was one of the first ones in there to get him, along with Reagan and Bartu. And now USF has a decision here on a 4th and long, back at the Taylor 29-yard line. Crable walking to the far sideline, and they will bring Joe Nepner in here to try the field goal. So Gardner hit a 42-yarder to end the half. Now Gardner back on here, Nepner the holder. This will be an even longer one, as this one will come from 47 yards out on the left hash. Snap. Ball is down. The kick is up, tailing to the left. Did it hook in? It hooked in. It's back-to-back season-long field goals by Gavin Gardner. First a 42-yarder in the first half, and then a 47-yarder here. And that gives St. Francis the first points here of the third quarter. They lead 26-7 with 4:27 remaining here in our third frame. The wind at Gardner's back there on the 47-yarder. His longest one coming in to the day was a 35-yarder. He also kicked a game-winning 26-yard field goal in overtime for USF to keep their playoff hopes alive on homecoming a couple weeks ago when they defeated Siena Heights 22-19 in OT. Gardner, the junior from Van Wert, Ohio, has it teed up right on the X right there at the 35-yard line. 87 White jogs forward and blasts it deep with the right foot. Gehrig will backpedal and take this one at his 1-yard line. Already out to the 10, angling to the left to the 20. Trying to get outside the numbers. Here's 25, 30. Stepping through his jersey pulled. He spun forward for more yardage all the way out across the Taylor 40. Tackling him was Jay Siegel, who then spun him and threw the smaller Gehrig for an extra 3 to 4 yards. And Taylor with great field position on an electrifying return from Grant Gehrig. So the place at the Taylor 42-yard line, a 41-yard return by the young Grant Gehrig. His older brother Tyler honored before the game with the rest of the senior class. And we'll see what Taylor can do after the great return from Grant Gehrig. 4 wide receivers, 4 down linemen for USF. Crisp, the man in the backfield with Pollard. High snap, hand off to Crisp. Big hole right side, 45, 50, into USF territory. A first down run for Crisp, all the way down to the St. Francis 46-yard line. That will be a pickup of 12 yards on the play, and Taylor moving the ball beautifully on a big run from Crisp, his longest one of the day right there. So a pickup of 12 on 1st and 10, and Taylor hurries up to the line with 4 wideouts. 3 left, 1 right. USF creeps forward. Zone read, Pollard open right side, 35, 40 outside the numbers. He'll get a first down as he leaps across the 35-yard line down to the 34. Back-to-back 12-yard carries, first from Crisp and now Pollard. And the Taylor offense putting together their best drive of the day, trying to get on the board here, trailing 26-7 with under 3:40 to go here in quarter 3. And time is called as it looks like that is Pollard down on the far side of the field after the 12-yard carry. We will pause as the athletic training staff comes out to take a look at what looks to be Everett Pollard across from us. 3:34 to go in the quarter 3. 1st and 10 for Taylor from the USF 34, trailing 26-7.
It's true. Many of us spend more time thinking about what's for dinner than thinking about retirement. But if you think your retirement needs deserve more attention, we agree, and we'd like to help. Your local Edward Jones financial advisors, Ryan Jones, Mark Sieglin, and Rob Sisson, can help you get started today. They are proud corporate partners of Taylor University Athletics. Edward Jones, making sense of investing.
So it is Pollard, the Trojans' fifth-year starting quarterback, walking off to the sideline underneath his own power. And that'll bring in Zach Saltzgaber, the sophomore out of Michigan. First time we've seen Zach today. And it's a good drive here so far for Taylor. 2 plays, 2 first downs. It started at their own 42. They're now at the USF 34 after back-to-back 12-yard runs. Saltzgaber, a high pass near side. Faulkner catches outside the numbers. He'll shoulder his way down close to the USF 25-yard line. Ushered out of bounds by Ryan Johnson. And that'll be close to another first down to the 28, a pickup of 6 on Faulkner's first catch today. Faulkner leads TU with with 3 touchdown receptions here on the season. He'll line up with the middle of 3 receivers to the right, with Boyd to his right, and Davis closer to the line to the left. Kempton, the only receiver on the near side. Left hash mark snap. Saltzgaber barking out signals, gets it. Fakes the handoff, throws one across the middle. There's Davis wide open, and he's going to be home free for a 28-yard touchdown as Saltzgaber found Davis, who got behind the defense, and then he went scampering into the end zone. And Taylor down 26-13 as Saltzgaber comes in and throws 2 completions on his first 2 throws of the afternoon. Gunderson comes on to add the extra point. Another touchdown reception for Ben Davis this season. That's his 3rd. Now he's tied with Faulkner for team high honors. He takes that one in from 28 yards out. Gunderson to add the extra point. He's been perfect all year. He's hit his only one of the day. Out of the snap of Hunter Brooks. This one will be tipped on its way there, and that's the first miss from a PAT today this season from Austin Gunderson. But with 2:50 remaining here in the third quarter, Taylor gets that drive going after the field goal from USF. A 41-yard kickoff return by Grant Garrick. Back-to-back 12-yard runs by Crisp and Pollard. And then Saltzgaber comes in to replace the injured Pollard. Throws a 6-yard pass to Faulkner. And then they go all the way to the house on a Davis touchdown to draw Taylor to within 26-13 with 2:50 remaining here in quarter number 3. So 26-13, the USF lead. 2:50 remaining here in the third quarter. A loss today by St. Francis would keep them out of the playoff picture with 3 losses. They do have some equity, obviously being the 2-time defending national champions and the number 9 ranking in the country. They will be unable to win the league title after losing to Marion earlier this season. The Knights still undefeated, and they are on a championship mindset right now, one of only 4 undefeated teams left in the NAIA. But USF still trying to make it to the postseason. They need a win today with no game next week. Gunderson sending it near side, taken by Stan Jackson. Just outside his own 15, all the way to the 25. Left hash mark, spun down by Gehrig at the USF 30. And that's where the USF offense and Matt Crable will start with 2:44 remaining in the third quarter on their lead. Down to 2 possessions at 13 points, leading 26-13. Crable in this half just 1 for 4 through the air after going 13 for 15 in the first half. His only completion is a big one, went for 31 yards. Since then, the offense for USF has been stymied. 1st and 10 for the Cougars from their own 30. Snap to the chest. Crable throws it all the way near side. It'll be hit immediately and dropped down. The ball pops free. It was caught for a moment by Rixey, then he got blasted from behind by the freshman Tyler Watson. An incompletion, and it'll be 2nd and 10 for USF on a monster hit from Watson. So the touchdown by Davis, trying to give the Taylor defense some life here. 2nd and 10 for St. Francis with 4 wide. They turn and give to Dean, back in there since the fumble. Runs to the far sideline. He'll be pushed out of bounds after he crossed his own 35-yard line. Kazmarek stopped him at the 36. And a 6-yard pickup will make it 3rd and 4 as Dean comes back in for his first snap since that fumble on the second drive of the third quarter for USF. They'll actually place it at the 35-yard line, so pick up a 5 for Dean. 58 yards. And here's a 3rd and 5 for USF. They need to get to their own 40. Faking the handoff to Dean. A throw near side. Caught. Watson will not be able to wrap up Rixey, who gets out of his grasp and sprints all the way out near midfield for the USF first down. Actually put it all the way down to the Taylor 49. A gain of 16 after it looked like Watson might have been able to stop him short. And that puts Crable over 200 yards, and USF quickly moves to the line of scrimmage. Quick snap, hand side give to Dean. He's hit by Swore. Dean keeps those legs moving. Excuse me. He'll get stopped at the 44-yard line and pick up, the 46-yard line, I apologize, a pickup of 3. It'll be a 2nd down and 7 here for USF. Reagan, the last one off the pile for TU. Swore came blasting in there as well for the Trojans defense. Under 2 to go here in the third quarter. 26-13 the USF lead. They've been outscored 7-3 here in this third quarter. Will Chrisman, the receiver, wide to the left, a wing back left for St. Francis, and 2 wide to the right. Dean stays in there, Schmeling in motion. Inside give to Dean, bouncing over the left guard. He's wrapped up around the waist and held tightly and pulled back. Colin Schwartz, the first one to stop him. Jordan Jackson in there as well, and there's Reagan putting his nose in there again. And here's another third down for St. Francis as Dean took that ball across the 45 down to the 43. It'll be a 3rd down and 4. James and Schmeling go wide to the left. Huntley, the man, wide to the right. St. Francis 4 for 6 on 3rd downs today. They've already picked up 1. A one-handed catch on the snap. A bullet far side caught at the first line to gain that spun back. They will give him forward progress on the Rocky James reception right at the sticks. And that'll be a 1st down to the Taylor 39, a pickup of 4. Back-to-back completions here for Crable after starting the second half, just 1 for 5. And the 3rd reception for Rocky James of the day. Second 1st down of this drive for St. Francis with 31 seconds and counting here in the third quarter. 26 seconds between game and play clock, so they will have to take one more snap. It'll come from the left hash mark, a high one, and the flags will be thrown. That should be a false start against USF, as it looked like a couple different members of the offensive line were moving their feet early. I'm a little upset our crowd mic didn't work. Apparently our head official, Brandon Bush, he just made a joke, and we could not hear it. That's disappointing. But apparently it was a good one. The entire home side laughed. The press box to our right's having a chuckle. It'll be a 1st and 15 for USF, back to the 44-yard line of TU. Clock stops with 12 seconds. Now it runs. And it looks like St. Francis will snap it here. They do to Crable. Looking to throw. Throws one far sideline. Reaching and almost unable to make the catch. Then as he fell to the turf, it was Rocky James, and his hands hit that turf on the far sideline. The ball was jarred free. Crable already over 200 yards throwing today, and the clock stops with 3 seconds to go here in our third quarter. St. Francis with the ball leading 26-13. They kicked a field goal on the now new season-long for Gardner on a 47-yarder, surpassing his 42-yarder at the end of the first half. And then Davis caught a touchdown pass from Saltzgaber to draw Taylor to within 13. Screen pass near side, over the head, caught by Dean. Sword trying to track him down. Dean will beat him to the near sideline. He will be ushered out of bounds by one of the Taylor defensive backs. That's Jeff Kazmarek as he hit Dean below the waist. And Dean goes out of bounds into the Taylor bench. And that will be the end of the third quarter. So that'll take us to the fourth quarter of play. Taylor outscores USF 7-3 in that third quarter, but they still trail by 13. As we head to the final quarter, the final home game here of the 2018 football regular season here on the Trojan Sports Network.
Since opening in the late 1980s, the Maddox Family Dental Center has been focusing on providing the highest quality dental care for their patients. Children to adults can receive a full-service treatment to meet their dental needs. The Maddox Family Dental Center has 2 locations in Hartford City and Dunkirk and always welcomes new patients. The Maddox Family Dental Center, a proud corporate partner of Taylor University Athletics.
Ivanhoe's has been serving Taylor students since 1965, when Ivan and Carol Slane purchased the restaurant. Located on Main Street, Ivanhoe's is less than a mile from the Taylor campus and is open 7 days a
10-yard
week.
pickup.
The menu
There
features
for
choices
PJ
for lunch,
Dean takes it
dinner,
down to the
as well as
USF
100 different
34. They've got a
milkshakes and
3rd and
sundaes.
5
Customers
upcoming
can find
here. They
other
are
dessert
4
items as well.
to make it
The
5
staff
of
is
7
proud to support
on
Taylor
3rd downs
University
here today.
and appreciates the support
26-13,
of Ivanhoe's through the
the
years.
score in favor of number 9 USF as our fourth quarter starts. Snap comes to Crable. Pressure comes from the weak side. He gets away from Hasbrook. A little dump across the middle. Taylor looking for a hold. Rixey catches. He's all the way inside the red zone of the 20. He'll step out of bounds inside the 15. And a big pickup on a 3rd and 5 as Rixey takes a little flip from Crable and takes it all the way down inside the Taylor 15. It'll be a first down for USF on another 3rd down conversion here for the Cougars. Make them now 6 for 9 on 3rd downs. That a 20-yard hookup on a 3rd and 5 down to the Taylor 14. So Rixey with his fourth catch. He's got 66 yards. Dean, the running back, next to Crable. Slot man in motion is Schmeling. Faking the handoff. They give off the middle to Dean. Steps through a tackle. All the way still on his feet inside the 5 before finally being taken down by Gehrig and Rom Murray. But Dean high-stepped his way through a blitzing man up the middle. And now it's a goal-to-go situation for St. Francis on a 9-yard, it'll be a 2nd and 1 on a 9-yard pickup down to the 5, or the 4, excuse me. Nope, they'll say the ball's at the 5. This sticks across from a, 2nd down. So it'll be 2nd and 1 on the 9-yard pickup from Dean. To the left of Crable, 2nd and 1 from the 4. High snap, Crable looking to throw to his right. Now he runs to his right, throws him to the back of the end zone, diving and pulling the catch at the knees. It'll be a touchdown by Rixey for now, but there's a flag thrown from the near side of the field by our line judge. So for now, it's a 5-yard touchdown. Nope. Holding on USF. So take the touchdown off the board. It remains 26-13 as we're just underway here in the 4th quarter. USF going from right to left in white and black pants. White jerseys, black pants. Taylor with the purple uniforms up top and the white pants on today. And the ball moved back 10 yards back to the 14. Right back to the 15, I guess, with that 2nd down. So they went from 2nd and inches back to 2nd and 10 plus a hair. All the way back to the 14-yard line. Crable takes a snap, rolls to his right. Pressure comes. He'll be hit right down and dropped by Swore. 2nd sack of the day by the Trojans, and the first one from TJ Swore here in the 2nd half. And now it's going to become 3rd and a mile for St. Francis as that holding penalty took them from 2nd and inches at the Taylor 4. And now it's a loss of 10 back to their own 24-yard line. So a loss of 10. It'll be a 3rd and 21 for St. Francis. They've already picked up 3 first downs on this drive. This will be the 12th play of the drive. They need to get all the way down to the Taylor 4. To the end zone, Crable throws, and he will overthrow Rocky James, who had a step on Kazmarek and Bronkema. And will USF bring out Gavin Gardner to try another long field goal? He's 2 for 2 today, and here he comes trying to become 3 for 3. So this will be a 41-yard attempt for Gardner. He is hit from 42 and 47 today, but both are on the other end of the field. Gardner has not had a field goal blocked yet this season. Taylor has had a knack for blocking kicks. Just over 2 minutes gone here in the 4th. Good snap. Gardner's right foot into this one. It looks good, and no, it'll be wide right as Gardner misses the field goal from 41 yards out. The Taylor defense stiffens on the sack from TJ Swore. And now here comes the Taylor offense back onto the field. 12:52 left in regulation. And Taylor with the ball down by 13. They'll go from left to right. And Saltzgaber will come back onto the field for the Taylor offense. He came in and got Taylor that touchdown their last time with the ball. And there they go, 1st and 10 from their own 29. Lefevre, who had a great first half, rushing 7 times for 32 yards, is behind Saltzgaber in the pistol. Hodge moves from the right to the left slot. And USF will rush 4. Lefevre around the right guard. Tackler up high and taken down just shy of the 30. Pickup of 5 to the 29 on Lefevre's first second half carry. We look down there trying to see if we can find quarterback Everett Pollard. Looks like Pollard has gone back into the athletic training tent. Nope, he's right down there, right on the sideline next to the offense. To the 27, a high snap. Saltzgaber runs the option, pitches it out to Lefevre, trying to stretch it, comes up across. He'll stretch it out to the 29. The ball came loose, but Lefevre was ruled down at the 29. So 5 yards on 2 carries for Lefevre. That'll be a 3rd and 7 here for the Trojans as they are 5 for 10 on third down tries today. And just 1 for 3 here in the second half. They need to get to their own 39-yard line, 5 yards, or through the 34-yard line, I should say. Snap comes from their own 29. 11:44 and counting. USF brings a blitz from the left. Saltzgaber rolls to his right. Throws on the run. Back to Kempton, who catches the 39. That'll be good enough for a first down. And trying to wrestle it away was one of the USF DBs. That was Stan Jackson. But the big fella Kempton held on with dear might and wrestled the ball away. It's a first down for the Trojans. Their 13th first down here of the afternoon, and that's just their second third down conversion. A pickup of 11, Kempton's first catch of the second half. And Saltzgaber now 3 for 3 through the air. Turns and hands off to, nope, he'll keep it himself outside the numbers 40. He'll be upended, the ball will pop free, but it'll roll out of bounds as Saltzgaber was upended by Dunton and Cole of USF. It'll be a gain of 2 out to the Taylor 42-yard line on the quarterback keeper. Zach, the quarterback. Josh, his twin brother, the running back. Zach, the quarterback, wears 14. Has got some designed leggings on today. The tights. 2nd and 8 from the TU 42. Right hash mark snap, fakes the handoff, throws far side, caught by Faulkner near the line. Again, he's immediately pushed back, but he'll be out to the 39 or the 49-yard line. A big pickup and a nice catch by Faulkner on his second grab of the day. So that's a pickup of 7 for the Trojans, and it'll be a 3rd down and 1. And Saltzgaber still perfect through the air, 4 for 4. Has completed 18 yards through the air here. Lefevre, the solo back behind him. Saltzgaber will line up under center, a 3rd and 1 from the 49 of Taylor. Hard snap, Saltzgaber turns, gives off to Lefevre. He'll be stopped in the backfield trying to move that pile forward, and he'll lose a yard on the play. As USF bunched that defensive line together, the first one to pile on through was Miles McClendon for the St. Francis defensive line. So no gain on the play after Lefevre got pushed back, and now Taylor with the decision. With 9:36 to go here in the fourth quarter, down 13. And it'll be a 4th down and 1 from their own 49. So Taylor will go for it on 4th down. They're 0 for 1 today. And now a timeout taken by the Trojans. Their first here of the second half to talk things over. We will pause for the timeout. When we come back, it's 4th and 1 for Taylor from their own 49, down by 13 to the 9th-ranked team in the country, St. Francis.
What limits you? Too small, too old, insecure, broken. You have no limits. Rethink your limits.
So here we go, 4th and 1 for Taylor. They gave it off to Lefevre up the middle the last time on a 3rd and 1. Now they'll go for it here. They're 0 for 1 on 4th down tries today. Saltzgaber in the gun. He'll bring Hodge in motion from wide left to slot right. Lefevre to his left. They'll run the option left. Man comes right on through and blows it up in the backfield. Saltzgaber dropped back at his own 45. The first man through untouched was Eric Dunton, and he blew that play up from the start as they tried to get Saltzgaber around the left end. Taylor now 0 for 2 on 4th down tries, and St. Francis will get the ball back in Taylor territory at the TU 46. leading by 13 with 9:21 to go here in our fourth quarter. Best field position today for St. Francis. Crable, 3 wide receivers out there, 2 left, 1 right. Green, the deep man behind him. Taylor with a 4-man front. High snap, fakes the handoff. Crable rolls to his right, throws to one of his wing backs. It's caught up that far sideline, putting his head down and carrying a couple tacklers was Kyle May, the tight end. Pushed out of bounds by Baker and Bartu, a short gain on first down. Three-yard pickup. On the third catch today by Kyle May. 2nd and 7 for USF from the TU 43. They go from right to left. No wind to speak of on a sunny afternoon here in Upland, Indiana. Another high snap, play action. Crable will actually run right through the far side. Now he's loose at the 30, cuts back at the 25. Still on his feet, trying to be chased down from behind, and Crable will go in 43 yards out on a design run over the right guard. He went through virtually untouched, and Crable takes it all the way to the house. And with 8:40 to go here in the fourth quarter, USF extends their lead to 32-13 on Crable's second rushing touchdown of the afternoon. That's the longest play from scrimmage for either side today. And here's Gardner to add the extra point. Out of the hold of Nepper. A bullet through, and it will be good. 8:40 to go here in the fourth quarter. After Taylor stopped on downs of their own 49, it takes USF just 2 plays to get into the end zone. A 43-yard design run by the quarterback, Matt Crable. And USF leads by 20, 33-13 with 8:40 to go here in the fourth quarter. Last time USF kicked off, Grant Gehrig returned at 41 yards for the Trojans, out to their own 42-yard line to set up their most recent touchdown drive. Gardner has it teed up. Holden Hodge back there with the younger Gehrig. 8:40 to go in the fourth. USF back in front by 20 points, 33-13. Gardner's right front of the ball, a short pooch kick. It'll bounce to the 19, takes a forward bounce, and USF trying to fall on it. Still loose on that far sideline and not able to. St. Francis can't fall on it. The first man closest to it was Damon Hunter for the Cougars. But that one rolls out of bounds on the far sideline. A good pooch punt there from Gardner. Hodge was unable to come up and get to it. When it bounced, it took a USF bounce back to our right where the coverage team was coming from. And St. Francis almost close came to recovering that one, knocking on the door of the 20. Taylor will take over 1st and 10 from their 20, trailing by 20 with 8:40 to go here in the fourth. And Saltzgaber back out there at quarterback for TU. Came into the day 26 of 55 with 2 touchdowns and 2 picks. He's 4 for 4 through the air here so far today. 1st and 10 from his own 20. Left hash mark. Try to go 5 for 5 across the middle. That goes right off the shoulder pads of Holbein and of Boy. And it's bouncing away up near midfield. First incompletion of the day for Saltzgaber. It'll be 2nd and 10. So a 2nd and 10 for Taylor. Boy, Davis, and Faulkner, the 3 receivers to the near side of the field. It'll be Kempton on the short side as the snap will come from the left hash mark. The defensive tackles switch spots for St. Francis. They rush 4. Saltzgaber, pressure breaks in, a little screen near side to Crisp. He's hit immediately, trying to dance out of the tackle, and does of Harnish. But he's back inside the 15, back down to the 14, a loss of 6. As Harnish initially was the one to hit him, and then Crisp was able to slip out of it. And then finally in there for the stop was Jordan May of St. Francis. So a loss of 6 back to the Taylor 14. So 3rd and 16 for Taylor from their own 14. They're just 6 of 12 on third downs today. They came in converting on 32% of their third downs this season. Right hash mark snap to the chest of Saltzgaber. Out route near side, caught by the two gloved hands of Daniel Boy. Gets out close to his own 25-yard line. It'll be his 24. A gain of 10, but not good enough for the first down. They'll still need about 6 more yards to go. They need to get to their own 30. Third catch of the day for Boy, and Taylor will go for it on 4th down. They're 0 for 2 today. Their last time they went for it, they needed just a yard. They need 6 to get, and they needed 6, and they need to get to their own 30. 3 left, 1 right. The receivers set up for Saltzgaber. USF showed a blitz. Now they will rush for. Pressure comes across the middle, caught by Davis. He'll step on through, gets close to the 35. That'll be more than enough by 5 yards for the first down. A gain of 11 as Ben Davis comes up with a crucial catch for the Trojans, just his second one of the day. 13th first down picked up by TU today, and they've got it 1st and 10 of their own 35. Quickly moving, Saltzgaber. And the play is blown dead. A timeout taken by the St. Francis defense. We'll take it with them with 7:04 to go here in the fourth quarter. Taylor with the ball, 1st and 10 from their own 36-yard line. We'll be back after this here on the Trojan Sports Network.
Greek's Pizzeria in Upland opened its doors in December of 2017. Over the years, there have been more than 140 Greeks opened across the country, with 24 Indiana locations. When it comes to pizza, Greeks offers customers the option to create their own pizza or to try one of Greek's specialized pizzas. Greeks uses fresh, homemade, hand-tossed dough, Greek's Italian sauce, select blended cheeses, gourmet toppings, and the same method of preparation since the first restaurant opened in 1969. The kitchen can also whip up a sandwich served on fresh French-style bread, or it can put that sandwich into a pizza shell wrap. Customers can also add breadsticks or French-style bread as a side item.
First of 3
Greeks
timeouts
also
used by
offers a
St.
selection of
Francis here in the
salads
second
and
half.
assorted dressings as well.
1st and 10 for Taylor from their own 36-yard line. They picked up a 4th down conversion to Ben Davis. Double tight ends here for Saltzgaber in the pistol. Spins and fakes the handoff to Crisp. Near side, he'll go deep down the middle, trying to get to Hodge. He might be underthrown. Hodge trying to go up and get it, and it's knocked away at the last moment by Stan Jackson, who gets up and screams for an offensive pass interference. An incompletion, just the second one thrown by Hodge today as Taylor tries to go deep down the middle. It'll be a roughing the passer against USF after Saltzgaber let that one go. And the drive will move forward here for the Trojans all the way out near midfield. And it looks like it's going to be put in USF territory at their own 49, and it will. So a 15-yard penalty, another penalty against USF today. It'll be their 7th, Taylor with just 1. So it's 1st and 10 from the USF 49. Right hash mark snap coming for Saltzgaber. Takes to the chest, fakes the handoff. Looking to his left, goes across the middle. He's got Faulkner there, and it's underthrown and almost intercepted. And there's a pass interference coming against the man defending. It was Blake Schumacher, the junior free safety out of Fort Wayne, who looked to try to jump over Faulkner to get the INT. Instead, it looks like he'll be whistled for a defensive pass interference, and this could be back-to-back 15-yard penalties against the St. Francis defense. And now the officiating crew, headed up by Brandon Bushy, will discuss things on the left hash mark, standing at the 30. If it is, this would move the ball all the way to the USF 34. Here's the call. And they're going to wave. They're going to pick the flag up. St. Francis obviously happy. Jalen Moss and Stan Jackson applauding as they joyfully walk back, seeing the ball placed back at their own 49-yard line. Taylor fans obviously not happy with that call. It was a close one from our vantage point. It looked like Faulkner was going down, and then the defender Schumacher was behind him to try to get the INT. And either way, it'll be a 2nd and 10, just the 3rd incompletion by Saltzgaber today. Again, the right hash mark. Play action, looking left. Now he's got to run, now dancing, trying to spin away from trouble, and he cannot get away from the first man to hit him. He was wrapped up in the backfield by Mitchell Thornbury and just stopped, and they blow the play dead back at the TU 45. That'll be a loss of 6, and it'll be another 3rd and long here for the Taylor offense. Third sack of the season for Thornbury. So 3rd and 10 for Taylor back at their own 45. The Trojans just 6 of 13 on 3rd downs today. Rolling to his left, Saltzgaber throws. Far sideline. Faulkner had to go between his hands as he had Schumacher jumping in front of him. It'll be a 3rd and long, or 4th down and long for Taylor, down by 20 with 6:10 to go here in the 4th quarter. And here comes Taylor. 0 for 2, or 1 for 3, on 4th down tries today. They converted on their most recent one when they found Ben Davis across the middle. They need to get to the USF 39. The snap will come from their own 45. And Saltzgaber returns and takes the timeout. Play clock was dwindling down. And a good call there from the sophomore Zach Saltzgaber. Second time out of the second half used by the Trojans. Will pause before the 4th and 16 when we come back here on the Trojan Sports Network. Fourth and long for Taylor. The snap will be at their own 45. They need to get to the USF 39. 4th and 16. Here comes a blitz in the middle. Saltzgaber's got to throw off his back foot. Heaves it to the middle. It is thrown and is intercepted by Schumacher. Racing up the near sideline, up the near side hash marks, trying to dance away from pressure. Will be tackled at the 40 of USF, and 2 flags, one before and then one right there at the tackle come in. Schumacher with his second interception of the year, the first one thrown by Saltzgaber today, the second turnover by the Taylor offense. We'll wait to see what these flags are. USF gets the ball back with 5:59 to go in the 4th, leading by 20. So a block in the back by Marcus Stepp after the interception, another INT, or no, there's going to be another penalty here for St. Francis. It'll be their 8th. But they get the ball back, 1st and 10, back at their own 25, leading by 20 with 5:59 to go here in the 4th. So 1st and 10 for St. Francis from their own 25. Crable wipes his hands on the towel on his front belt buckle, spins and gives off to Dean. He'll dance all the way back to the near side of the line. He'll be tackled around the ankles by Jackson Bronkema and Brady Hill. Sam Bartu in there as well. Bronkema the first one to get him. P.J. Dean very, very electric as he was trying to take that one initially on the snap over the right guard, then put that right foot in the ground, went bouncing, exploding right back to the left end, and almost was able to turn the corner before Bronkema wrapped him up and stopped his forward progress. A gain of 1 out to the USF 26 as they go from right to left, leading by 20 here in this 4th quarter. Dean 11 carries on the ground. Faking the handoff is Crable. Good coverage. Now Crable will run. Good block. And Crable, he's athletic as well. He's already out near midfield. He'll be running away the near side, 45-40 outside the numbers 30, 25-20 before He'll be ushered out of bounds by Watson, but a huge pickup there for the quarterback, Matt Crable. This will be definitely a season long, well better than the 43-yarder he rushed for a touchdown on earlier today. He goes from his own 26-yard line, and he takes it all the way down to the Taylor 20. That's a gain of 54 yards on the longest run of the season for Matt Crable. His last two runs have gone for 42 and 54 yards. Hand off to a new back over the left guard. He carries tacklers inside the 15. Murray in there on the stop. It's actually P.J. Dean in there again. So he gets another carry. And now Dean will exit. And Martell Williams will come in to spell him. He takes it down to the 14 of Taylor. A gain of 6. Crable over 200 yards passing. And close to 100 yards rushing as well. Less than 4 to go here in the fourth. USF with the ball leading by 20. It's a second and 3 from the Taylor 14. They fake the jet sweep. Crable rolls to his right, throws to the end zone, and Gehrig will dive in and smack that ball away right at the goal line. Johnny Cooper, the intended target. But a good pass deflection there by Tyler Gehrig, who plays his third straight game back at safety. His fourth pass defense of the season. It'll be a 3rd and 3 for USF from the Taylor 14. So Crable with 96 yards on his last 2 carries. He is easily over 100 yards on the day, or at least should be close. Now it's a 3rd and 3 for St. Francis. They're 6 of 9 today. Fakes the third right side. He'll try to run it himself. Got down to the 10. Did he lean across and got to the 9? He did, and he gets it first down by a yard, a gain of 5, as he takes it down to the 9-yard line of TU. So 1st and goal for USF from the Taylor 9 with 3:33 and counting here in the fourth quarter. And the number 9 team in the country, St. Francis, leading Taylor 33-13. The Cougars led 23-7 at the break. Taylor got a fumble recovery on the first play of the second drive of the third quarter for St. Francis, but could not come up with any points after that miscue. Goal to go from the 9. Wing back to the left. Now a slot man in motion is Schmeling. They fake the jet sweep. Inside give to Martell Williams. He'll dance around and then scamper on through across the 5 down to the 4. A gain of 5 down to the 4-yard line of Taylor. And it'll be a 2nd and goal for St. Francis. Crable taking his time as he walks back to his own huddle. Takes a look over that right shoulder at the play clock in the end zone over towards the right corner of the field. And he'll take the snap with less than 10 seconds to go on the play clock. Schmeling in motion from the slot right. They'll give him on the jet sweep near side. Schmeling with 1 touchdown today, and he will just go in untouched for his 2nd rushing touchdown of the afternoon, this one from 4 yards out. But a flag is on the play, so let's hold that thought. It'll be a hold against St. Francis. They rack up their 9th penalty here of the afternoon. It'll be a 2nd and goal once again as after they move the ball back. So moving back to the 14, a loss of 10. We'll call it the 15. The nose of the ball, the back nose of the ball, just barely grazing the 15. Chrisman, the wide receiver to the left. Schmeling and another man wide to the right. It looks like Hunley. Crable looks to the left. That will be the side of Chrisman. Jump ball, and Chrisman goes up and snags it over Kazmarek for the 14-yard touchdown pass. 2nd touchdown pass of the day for Crable. First one for Chrisman on just his 2nd catch overall. And it's a 39-13 USF lead here with 2:16 remaining in regulation. New kicker on for USF, it's Brandon Grasha. After Gardner had a career day with season-long field goals of 42 and 47. High snap, low kick, but it's on and through. With 2:16 to go in the fourth quarter here on Senior Day for the Taylor football team, it's USF, the 9th-ranked team in the country, 40, and Taylor 13, here on the Trojan Sports Network. .216 remaining here in regulation of the final home game of the year for Taylor. They got a big hill to climb, down 40-13 with those 2 minutes and 16 seconds left. Shielding his eyes from the sun as Garrick will take the kickoff at his own 15, angling to the near side inside the hash marks 20, back to those left of the 25. That's where he will be stopped. Damon Hunter, the first one to stop him on the kickoff coverage for St. Francis. And with 2:08 to go here in the fourth, Everett Pollard's helmet is off. The senior, honored with his other 21 members of the Taylor senior class this year, will come out and hear what the offensive play call is, relayed in from the offensive coordinator Greg Wolf in the booth to our left. The wide receivers coach Sean Lashbrook, he was okay in his day, and I say that completely tongue-in-cheek, relays the play into the offense. 2:08 to go for Taylor. In the fourth, down at their own 27-yard line, trailing 40-13. And it's Saltzgaber with his brother Josh to his right. Snap back to Zach. Spins the ball, throws, caught by Kempton at the numbers. To the 30, pushed out of bounds to the 32, a gain of 5. 2 Cougars in there to push him out. They were Damon Hunter and Caleb Summers. And Saltzgaber coming in will be Nick Iorio, the senior running back. He'll line up to the right, now to the left of Saltzgaber. 1:45. 2nd and 5 for TU at their own 33. Quick throw near side. Guckenberger dives, but it knocks out of his hands as he tried to haul it in on the near sideline. Good little out route, trying to catch that one was Guckenberger. And it'll be 3rd and 5 for Taylor from their own 33. Or 3rd and 6, excuse me. Oh, back to the 32, I apologize. So a 3rd and 5 at the Taylor 32 with 1:37 to go in the fourth. Saltzgaber a hard count. Now he looks to the near sideline for the play. Taylor down 40-13. And now Iorio moves to the right of Saltzgaber. Chest high snap on the right hash mark, looking across the middle, fires a bullet that's caught by Davis. Down to the Taylor 40, a gain of 7 on 3rd and 5. And they'll be good enough for another first down. Second first down reception today by Ben Davis. .122 and counting. Saltzgaber right hash mark, looking to his left as he spins the ball. Fires a bullet. That one goes through the hands of a USF defender. That was Joey Lamping, the senior linebacker. And the clock stops with 1:14 to go here in the fourth. It'll be a 2nd and 10 for Taylor from their own 40 as they move from left to right. They have one more game next week at Missouri Baptist, and then that will put a bow on the 2018 campaign for the Taylor football team. Saltzgaber, the future at quarterback. The sophomore takes the right hash mark snap, turns and gives to his brother Josh right up the middle. Saltzgaber on the handoff. Zach to Josh, who carries up the near side hash marks, gets stopped at his own 48. It'll be a 2nd down or 3rd down and short for Taylor. Snap to Zach Saltzgaber. Fakes, pumps it near side, wants to go deep to Guckenberger. Hit as he throws the jump ball near side. Guckenberger makes the catch as he's backpedaling inside the USF 20. That ball hung up there for days, but Guckenberger goes back and makes the catch for Taylor. And with 49 seconds left, Taylor in the USF red zone as they hurry to the line of scrimmage. Saltzgaber underneath the center, takes it and spikes it. A little backpedaling catch there by Guckenberger on the near side. It'll be a 2nd and 10 for Taylor with 44 seconds left to go in the fourth, down 40-13. Preston Scott comes in as tight end for Taylor. Mitch Whedon, the wide receiver, wide on the far side. And Zach Saltzgaber will call out the play. Preston Scott, the tight end to the left. Guckenberger, the only wide receiver to the right, on the short side of the field. Snap from the right hash. Zach Saltzgaber drops back. Pressure comes. Rolls to his left. Throws to the back of the end zone. He's got Grant Gehrig there, but it's over his head. And the incompletion stops the clock with 38 seconds remaining in the fourth. And it'll be a 3rd and 10 for Taylor from the USF 16. Preston Scott, the freshman tight end, exits. Ben Davis will come in to spell him as Taylor will go with 4 wide receivers here, 3 to the left and 1 to the right. And a timeout called by Taylor. Oh, nope, St. Francis will take it. I apologize. That'll be their second one of the second half with 38 seconds remaining here in the fourth. A 3rd and 10 for Taylor from the St. Francis 15 with Taylor down 40-13 here in the fourth quarter. So out of the timeout, 3rd and 10 for Taylor from the USF 16. Right hash mark snap to Saltzgaber. Throws a little comeback to the left, caught by Grant Gehrig to the 10, to the 5. He'll be upended at the 4 as Gehrig tried to go dancing into the end zone. It looks like he'll get stopped at the 3 of St. Francis. That's a gain of 12. And it'll be goal to goal for Taylor with the clock running with 25 seconds remaining in the fourth. Right hash mark snap. Inside give Iorio. Play blown dead. And St. Francis will take their 3rd and final timeout as the Trojans try to hand it off to Iorio. We'll pause momentarily with them. 21 seconds left to go in the fourth. Goal to go for Taylor from the 3rd, down as USF 40-13. One timeout left for Taylor, none for St. Francis. As the Trojans will try to punch this one in. The Saltzgabers in the backfield, Zach the quarterback, and Josh the running back. It's a goal to go from the USF 3-yard line. The snap comes to the right hash mark. Zach Saltzgaber up the middle, trying to force his way in, leans across the goal line, and he'll be stopped at the 1. And Taylor will take their 3rd and final timeout of the second half with 13 seconds left to go here on the fourth quarter clock. So Taylor will try to punch it in one more time here in their final regular season game of 2018. And they trail number 9 USF 40-13 here on the Trojan Sports Network. 13 seconds left. Iorio to the left of Saltzgaber in the gun. Second and goal from the 1-yard line. Two wide receivers to either side. Saltzgaber waits for the snap. Here it comes. He drops back, throws to the end zone, tapped into the air, and Guckenberger tries to track it. Deflected into the air, and it will fall incomplete with 9 seconds remaining here in the fourth quarter. It'll be third and goal for Taylor. Iorio exits. Josh Saltzgaber back in for Taylor. Whedon, Davis, and Grant Gehrig to the left. Guckenberger to the short side as a snap comes from the right hash mark. Josh Saltzgaber to the left of twin brother Zach. Snap comes. Saltzgaber looks to the right, throws. Guckenberger tried to get as he's falling backwards. Coverage on the play by Anthony Moore Jr. And with 6 seconds left, it's fourth and goal for Taylor from the 1. So Taylor trying to get one final touchdown here in the regular season finale. 6 seconds left. Hard count from Saltzgaber. Now they'll get the new play from the near sideline. Saltzgaber says something to the offensive line. Josh, his twin brother, moves to his right. Inside give, and Josh Saltzgaber will bang his way through for the touchdown with 1 second left here in the fourth quarter. So a touchdown for Josh Saltzgaber on the handoff from twin brother Zach. And it makes it 40-19 with 1 second left and the extra point to come here from Austin Gunderson. The snap from Brooks, the hold from Saltzgaber, the kick from Gunderson. All three are good. With 1 second left to go here in the fourth quarter, Taylor trails 40-20 with a kickoff upcoming here on the Trojan Sports Network. So with 1 second remaining here in the fourth quarter and the final regular season home game of the 2018 campaign for the Taylor football team, Gunderson will tee up the kickoff. And our final today will be 40-20 after this final second has been played. Taylor on the road next week at Missouri Baptist, USF off. With the win today, they'll move to 8-2 and hope for an at-large bid to the playoffs coming up in a couple of weeks. Gunderson, little onside kick forward. Falling on it is one of the upbacks. That's Eric Dunton, the senior linebacker for St. Francis. And time has expired here in the fourth. USF wins today. They get a big touchdown late. They only led 26-13 as we went to that fourth quarter. But a big fourth quarter by USF, and they win today by a final of 40-20. We'll come back and wrap this one up on the Ivanhoe's postgame show right after this commercial break.
What limits you? Too small, too old, insecure, broken. You have no limits. Rethink your limits.
Join the Trojan Club today and support Taylor student athletes 12 months a year. The Trojan Club has 6 different levels of membership for you to choose from. You can join for as low as $100 all the way up to the athletic director level for $1,500.